Welcome to The Buzz, where we bring you leaders in dental education, discussing hot topic courses and industry trends. Today, I'm interviewing Reese Harper, dentistry's financial thought leader, and I'm your host, Vanessa Emerson, founder of Dental Speakers Bureau. Reese, thanks so much for being here.
Thanks, Vanessa. It's good to be with you again.
Now, Reese is the creator of Elements, a financial planning system which is used by dentists across the country to track their progress toward financial independence. Today, we're going to be talking about his course, 4 Keys for Dentists to Achieve Financial Independence. Reese, it's my understanding that this is likely your most popular course. Do you have an idea why that might be?
It's the one that gets me the most excited when I talk about it, so that can be part of it. It's the one I've done the most research on, in depth. It's very specific to dentists and a financial lecture that is authentically, organically driven by the needs that dentists have. So I think they can sense that, and it really gets them excited.
Can you tell us a little more detail then about what's covered in this course, please?
Yeah, like you mentioned, I came up over a long period of time with a system that's essentially, if you think of it kind of like a baseball card with a lot of statistics on it that tell me how a particular player is performing. That's kind of what the Elements is. There's a picture of it behind me up here. When I started in my practice in 2007, I was trying to figure out a way to quickly measure why one person was having maybe more success over another person at retiring earlier or getting to the point where work was optional at an earlier age by growing their wealth faster. And I found that dentists were actually retiring 6 years later than the average American. The ADA has them listed at age 69 is the average dentist retirement date. And the average Americans, according to Gallup, somewhere between 62 and 63. And so there's a gap there. And the presentations tries to help dentists see about 6 really crucial reasons why they're retiring later and how they can change things in their life to make that gap shorter, and hopefully, because they're having such a great career, be able to have the option at least of retiring at an earlier date, maybe closer to the American average or better, hopefully. And a lot of my clients, through the use of this system, are able to retire at an earlier date than the average person, and dentists should, because they earn more and they've had to sacrifice a lot more, and you'd hope that they could achieve financial independence at an earlier age. And so that's kind of the point of the presentation, is to highlight these 6 crucial reasons why this is happening, and then help them through a workbook style and audience Q&A and heavy participation, try to overcome some of those things and identify in their specific situation which one of these key indicators, these baseball card numbers, is off in their life.
Oh, that sounds like that's something where they can really get hands-on and look at their own situation right there in the course. Can you tell us more about that, the format for that? It sounds like maybe that's a workshop then.
Yeah, we have a workbook that's pretty comprehensive. We generally bring spouses and doctors to this event because there's a lot of group discussion. We have a live polling app up on the screen, so people take out their smartphones and they text in responses to things and text in questions. And if there's anything that they don't want to talk about in the group setting, they can submit it privately through the chat, and we address it live there. It's really interesting for the audience to be able to submit their own personal questions, see it come up on the screen, and then people in the audience get to vote on which questions they want us to cover during various Q&A sessions during the presentation.
I absolutely love that. That does sound like it's a really comprehensive course, and of course one that's very important. What would be the typical length for this, for the planner who's wondering where to put it in their meeting?
I think that I have three versions of this presentation. I've got a 45-minute version, a 90-minute version, and a 3-hour version. It depends on the amount of time that someone has allotted. It works really well on a 3-hour course because of how in-depth it is, and the workbooks and all of the experience that people go through is able to be a little bit more robust when we have more time. And in a 45-minute version, I'm focused more on a lecture style format. And a 90-minute version, we still do the workbooks. So it just depends on the time allotment. We do a 45, a 90, or a 3-hour.
That sounds about standard. I'm sure you're finding those are about the right amount. Now, is there anything else you'd like the meeting planner to know before we wrap up?
I'd probably just say that dentists really feel like they want to get organized. One of the top New Year's resolutions for all of us is getting organized. And dentists, because of the complexity of their situation and some of the environmental conditions that are unique to dentists, the fact that they make more money makes them a huge target for people that don't necessarily have their best interest at heart. They've got a pretty pent-up demand for lifestyle that kind of picks up during dental school. They need more money to retire comfortably because of their lifestyle. They have a higher degree of financial complexity. They're trying to be an entrepreneur and a professional, trying to be a clinical expert and a growth-minded business owner, right? But they also have a pretty high consistent income that creates less urgency around financial planning. And their whole environmental condition of a dentist just makes them feel like they're pretty unorganized when it comes to financial planning. And they're always procrastinating it due to how busy they are. So what we're trying to do is give them essentially like a set of exams and x-rays and a financial treatment plan that they can follow throughout a year, kind of a calendar of financial treatment that they can follow to kind of give them a sense of progress and point them in the right direction. It really resonates with dentists, and many times I've had audience members say this is the best financial CE I've ever been to.
Mm. Well, there you have it. That's exciting. Thanks so much for sharing with us, Reese.
Thank you, Vanessa.
You're welcome. And for the event planner who would like to find out more about bringing in Reese Harper to speak at their event, you can learn more about his presentation, 4 Keys for Dentists to Achieve Financial Independence, and his other courses at dentalspeakersbureau.com. His contact information is there. If you'd like us to help connect you, just reach out to info@dentalspeakersbureau.com. Thanks again for tuning in, and until next time, be well. We'll see you then.